What's up, guys? It's Friday. It's a special mat therapy because the AC was broken on Wednesday. Really, that's why. But I am Dawna Gonzales. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was a lot. It was hot. I'm Dawna Gonzales. Thank you for joining us. I got Beckford, Becks and Violence to my left. And to my right, we got a super producer, Lee Syatt. And we're all you're getting today. So congratulations, kids. We are now brought to you by Next Gen Therapeutics and the $5 Tape Club. They're awesome. We'll tell you a little bit about them later. But first, this is how we're starting off the show. I don't know where it is in the song, but you got the point. Beckford, tell everybody at home what happened.
I was like, what is this? That's so good. Purple rain.
Okay, Becky.
Purple belt.
What happened on Monday?
I got a purple belt.
Yay! Congratulations. How exciting. So, did you know it was coming? I mean, I know, and at least in our school, you never know when you're going to be promoted.
Lee, I'm dying over here. Can you turn me down just a smidge? Like a hair? Thanks, cool.
I'm already loud. You don't need to be louder. Yeah. I know, at least in our school, you don't really know when your promotion's coming. Yeah, you know when you're working hard.
We don't do stripes or anything like that, so there's no like...
You know when you're working hard, you know when you're busting your ass, and you know when you hope it's going to happen, but that's not necessarily when you're getting promoted.
Right.
And you only got your blue a year ago, right?
A year ago.
I
just celebrated I posted my little 1-year anniversary memory thing last week.
So you've been busting ass. So for everybody at home, I'll set it up. Beck has been busting her ass this last year. She has been doing 2-a-days several times a week. She's training, 6 days a week?
I'm at the very minimum, I'm there 4 days a week. And that's on a light week.
Right. So you're training 4 to 6 times a week, sometimes twice a day, a lot of times twice a day. So she's getting that mat time in. Oh, and you've been busting ass. So then this weekend... You went and kicked all the ass. What happened?
I did 2 tournaments finally. You know, I finally kind of broke down that barrier that I had, that fear of competing that was in me from my skating days.
Nice.
And started competing this year, and I did the tournament earlier this year, and I was kind of waiting for the next one, and I like the Subfighter tournament. I feel like I thought it was put together well, and I wanted to do that one again. And then Gracie Worlds was the next day, and I was like, shit. Remember, I think I sent you a text, and I'm like, is it fucking crazy that I'm going to sign up for 2 tournaments in a row?
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to go see what happens. And
I was cornering you. So this is what I observed. Other than your ass kicking skills, which were awesome, when you started playing your game, because you only had one opponent in your bracket, so you guys had to do 2 out of 3, which I've done before. And the first round she won, and it's because you let her play her game.
There was a lot of standing, the first 3.5 minutes were standing, and I was like, shit. When is this gonna get down?
That's because you did not decide when it was gonna. You know what I mean? Yeah. You let her do that.
Well, I wanted to try and I was trying not to just pull guard.
Right.
That's really what I was trying not. I didn't want to just jump straight into pulling guard. Yeah. So I wanted to try and get some sort of takedown, which I finally did get in the 3rd match with her.
It was great.
And that was kind of like my proud moment for that day. I was like, holy shit, I took her down.
Yeah, it was good.
Because we don't work on that.
But your second match is when you took over. You took over the control. You decided where it was going to be. You had a meeting with a black belt in between the matches. Mm-hmm. We maybe talked a little bit of a game plan.
Strategy, yeah.
And that's when you just started kicking ass.
Yeah, it was a fun match. By the 3rd one, her and I were just out there, like the ref wasn't even out there, and her and I were like, should we just start without a ref? Whatever. I mean, it's just everybody was kind of making jokes, the rubber match.
Yeah.
Amanda Becky 3.
Yeah.
So no, it was fun. It was fun. She was good. She was a good opponent. She was strong, for sure. So it was good.
Why were you trying to avoid pulling guard? If that's what you're good at, why would you?
It's not necessarily that I'm good at. It just that's kind of the easy. I felt like that was kind of the easy route to go.
Well, you're trying to make stuff harder for yourself in a tournament.
Yeah, it was more testing skills or just trying new things. Like I also wanted to get some sort of submission that was different. I wanted to get a different submission. I wanted to play different games. I wanted to test out, certain positions, which I did on Sunday. I finally got to test them out a little bit, but yeah, I just
what were those positions you wanted to play with on Sunday?
I wanted to do more like a twister side control game, and
nice.
Maybe doing something from the truck.
Now, was your win? You won via arm triangle in one of your
in your finals at Gracie Worlds. Yeah.
So, is that you trying something different? Because I know you prefer leg locks. So was that intentional?
That was also going against someone that knew my game. So when the opportunity for a leg came up, she was quick to retreat and not give them to me. Yeah. So yeah, that was.
How hard was it going into a match with somebody that knows your game and you know their game?
God, it was such a weird feeling because it's like they're to a certain extent you're like, all right, well, I train this person every day. Now here I am at a tournament, and I paid to be at this tournament, and I have to go against my own training partner. There was that aspect of it that's like, you want to.
That's usually one of my unfavorite situations.
And
so I don't compete a lot.
And in this, it worked out well. I love this girl, and she's an awesome training partner, and we're all good sports. Thank God.
Yeah, for sure.
Watching some of our other teammates compete against each other, like that's kind of heart-wrenching too. But then you see like the love afterwards between the two of them, and it's like, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
It's not so bad as long as everyone is good sports and,
for sure.
Hugs it out afterwards and, is happy for whatever the outcome is for each person. So it wasn't, in the end, it was nice.
Yeah. And then on Monday, shit got real.
Oh my God.
Were you really surprised?
Oh, 1,000%.
I wasn't. I told you.
I know you and Lila both kind of made comments, and I was like, no, it's been here's my little goal smashing story.
Please.
There's a meme out there, a little whatever, that says set some goals, stay quiet about them, smash the shit out of them, clap for your damn self. So
I like that. Somebody write that down. That's good.
I have it written down right here. So whenever someone gets promoted, or even when they first start out, I know Jonathan, your husband, was the last few months has been like, I want that fucking blue belt.
And he got it.
And he
got
babe.
That blue Congratulations.
Belt. Yeah. But he was talking about it. I know, you've talked about, you want that brown belt. I know you're busting your ass trying to get that. Lila was the same thing. For me, when it wasn't very long after I got my blue belt that I was already like, all right, what's a realistic time for me to get that purple belt? And I set my own little goal in the back of my head that I thought, I was like 2017. I was like 2 years. That's a good number.
Yeah.
Put in the work. I also wasn't competing at the time. So, maybe that had I think that had a lot to do with it. But yeah, my goal was next year. So 2016 to me was just work. I started competing. It was just work and get better and see where this goes. More recently, and I'm talking about like these couple weeks leading up to the tournament, I was kind of having like these like daydreams about the tournaments and about how, I was picturing what would happen in these tournaments.
Visualizing.
Yeah. I absolutely was. I was thinking about, these positions that I want to get into and maybe these submissions that I want to try and get. And I had these two tournaments. There's a couple other tournaments still coming up that I want to do, that I was already planning on doing. And in January, there's, the Gracie Nationals tournament, which is going to be when our next promotion ceremony is. So my most recent little daydream, I guess, in a sense, those are goals also, is if I do well leading up to all this, maybe in January.
That you're going to get your brown belt?
No, that I'd get my purple belt. Oh. No, that was what I was this was what I was thinking about a couple weeks.
I skipped ahead. I was like,
whoa, wow, Beck. Whoa there. Slow down. Slow your roller. But no, that was my most recent like kind of readjustment of my goal.
That's a very realistic goal.
I'm gonna hopefully I can go out and do well at these tournaments, and maybe in January I can get that purple belt. So that's where my mind was as far as any sort of. So
you're like, I'm just gonna show up and kick ass, and then like keep getting there, getting on the radar for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Monday I went in like, okay, I'm gonna go support my friends. You know, I even put like Emily and I, one of our friends, we were joking around. We're like, oh, we're gonna put a little makeup on just because there's gonna be pictures and stuff. So, but I'm gonna go support my friends and cheer for my friends because they're all a bunch of people are about to get promoted. I did not go in there with I had zero expectation of that happening.
That's awesome. That's an awesome moment then. Yeah. You seem genuinely shocked.
It absolutely was. I was shaking afterwards.
I know. It's an amazing feeling.
It was, and then it took about 15 minutes late. It was about 15 minutes later that I was sitting there and promotions were still going on, and I literally like broke down and I just lost my shit there. It was just, so.
That's awesome.
Zero.
What was more emotional, your blue belt or your purple?
Purple.
I think I've said this before.
I knew the blue belt was coming. That's why.
Yeah.
It was already basically told to me.
We've talked about this. And you might have a different opinion or your own version of it now. Mm-hmm. For me, blue belt is being legitimized in the community. It's like, yes, I'm a part of this community. I belong here. I've earned my spot, and now it's legit. I'm official.
Yeah.
Your blue belt is making you official, in my opinion. And then purple belt is exactly what you said to me when you sat down. You looked at me and you go, shit just got real. That's exactly how I feel about purple belt. You get your purple belt, and all of a sudden everybody's like, what's up? You ready to do this? Yeah. Like, that shit is real. That is when I got promoted, I had several black belts come up to me, and I don't know if they did the same thing to you, but I had several black belts come up to me, and they were like, you got a big target on your back now, and this is a huge responsibility. And I was like, yes, and I will take it. So did anything similar happen to you?
My first role after the promotion was a black belt that came up to me and was like, let's put some dust on that shit. Let's go. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. So, it's like shit just got real.
Yeah.
How has it changed?
I feel like the next day there was in class the next day there was, Eddie started talking. Eddie's been, we've had a couple conversations about this like transition that I've actually been hitting for the last couple months. And it's not like it's more of a reposition, if you will. But he's been noticing it lately. And then the day after, he was like, showing like,
is that the stuntman role?
Yeah. And suddenly he was like, Becky, show him that thing you were doing the other day.
Are you hitting that in rolls, or are you hitting it in drills?
Oh yeah. No, I've hit it several times in rolls.
Nice.
So it's a real thing. And again, it's a transition to like reposition myself. It's not a transition into any sort of submission setup or anything.
No, wait. Does that mean you invented it? Or is that something that you're trying?
I'm pretty sure people have done this before.
I don't know. You could be an innovator.
What do you think, Dawn? I mean...
It's not
new. I don't think
it's not anything. An especially, how do you say it? It's a really cool counter to a move that exists. So I don't know if it's necessarily an invention, but it's definitely something that until I saw Becky do it, I was like, oh shit, I did not think about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's an invention, but it can definitely be credited to Becky as at least a good transition that she's bringing to light.
Yeah. I like it. You should rename it.
We named it.
Well, he was asking. He's like, "What do you want to call it?" And I was like, "I don't know." Oh.
And then I was like, "It's a stuntman role. That's what it looks like. It's a stuntman role."
And he's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Do you like that name?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Okay. It's not like you're gonna call it the Becky roll, so it was whatever. I don't care.
Like a sushi roll, but it's a Becky roll,
right? So yeah, that was like
spicy Becky roll.
That was like a moment of like, that was a moment of, oh shit just got real. Like he's paying attention more.
Yeah.
Like he's actually
how's it changed your competitive feelings on the mat? Has it changed at all, or because you were already building up really competitive feelings the last couple months, ramping up for the competitions?
I don't know about competitive. It's definitely, I've got that feeling of like, okay, I want to pay attention more to like the little things.
Yeah.
And like I need to really focus on certain things. Mm-hmm. So
I hear you.
There's that. I still want to compete.
Well, that's good.
So I still plan on doing these upcoming tournaments.
You said earlier when
hopefully there's people for me to go.
Good luck finding purple belt.
Now that's apparently my new issue. Is
when you were talking about getting your purple belt, you had mentioned that you had just started doing these tournaments.
Yeah.
And you said you don't know if it would have happened as quickly. Like, what do you feel the tournaments did for you to get your purple belt?
I do feel that that's what got me there so quick. Because he used to always talk about, he hasn't said it as much recently, I feel like, but he used to always talk about how if you guys go out and compete, that, that shows me that you guys, that shows me what you guys are working on. That shows me your growth. That shows a lot.
Now, if you hadn't, like, let's say you went out this weekend and maybe only won one tournament, or maybe you won silver at one of them. If you didn't win, do you think you would have been promoted, or did winning have a big part in that?
He doesn't discuss his reasoning with us.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously you don't know what Eddie did, but just,
I mean,
maybe it's not so much with the 10th planet, but just. Do you think you're ready as a purple belt?
I would say maybe if she didn't win 2 tournaments in a row, that it wouldn't have been so obvious that she was, at least for me. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as she won Gracie Worlds, I was like, oh, she's getting a purple belt.
Really?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I said it to you when you walked off the mat. Do you remember me saying that to you?
I was such a fluster because Gracie, going into Gracie Worlds, I knew that was going to be a tougher tournament.
Yeah.
Especially 10-minute matches on top of that. And, these no limit overtimes. I was like, shit. Like, the last thing I want to do. Right. I feel comfortable with certain parts of overtime with, like, certain positions. But at the same time, I was like, I don't want to fucking go for 10 minutes and then have to do that. I don't want to go there.
I don't think I would have been as confident. You know what I mean? If she had just maybe done well in one tournament and then got second place in the other one, or not, or even just done one,
or just
I'd been like, man, you're looking awesome. You're there, like, you're on the right path. You're there. Yeah. You're doing it. I probably would have been where you were saying that you were thinking, like, dude, January's happening.
Keep doing this. Keep working for it.
Yeah,
and
January's happening.
Yeah.
So, but when your performances were fantastic, and that's as soon as you won, I was like, oh, she's getting a purple belt for sure.
That is not at all what crossed.
I was not. A lot of us have conversations right before a promotion, and we talk about,
who do you think's going to get it?
So I had a couple conversations with some black belts, and we discussed people who we thought were going to be promoted, and your name was definitely on the list of not just me, but other people.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not a clue.
Yeah.
I seriously, zero, nothing.
So, as we said earlier, Jonathan has been busting his ass trying to get his blue belt. So I a while ago I bought a
ordered that.
I ordered a blue belt rash guard for Jonathan a while ago, and to hold on to it.
Where did you have that tucked away? You're like, shit, where is he not going to
wear? At the very, very bottom of my backpack. But the ranked rash guards at 10th Planet, the exoskeletons.
Yeah.
I mean, I could of course we can. Yes, if we want to surprise each other.
I mean, she could have always given it to me and been like, hey, bring this that night.
You know what I mean? Like, here's the truth. Jonathan does more laundry than me. He does. He's awesome. He's amazing, and he does more laundry than me. So, he you know what I mean? Like,
he's going to see everything.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to get your rash guard out of your backpack so I can wash it. You know what I mean? So
why is there this giant blue rash guard?
But here's what I did. I accidentally bought the wrong size because the exoskeletons run small. And I'm a small person, so I guess I didn't realize how small they run. And so I bought a medium. Eddie was like, Eddie and I had the discussion. I was like, I'm not buying this with any expectations. I'm just buying this to hold on to it. And he was like, all right, I don't care. It's fine. Whatever. But he looked at me. He was like, who's this for? I was like, it's for Jonathan. And he was like, a medium? And I was like, yeah. And all his other rash guards are mediums. So then Jonathan got promoted.
It's a rash guard. It's supposed to be fitted anyway.
It was amazing and wonderful. And then I run up to him with the blue rash guard, and he puts it on, and it's so tight. It was like...
He was like hulking out of it.
Yeah. And so then I'm like, oh, we need a size large. And Eddie was like, I told you.
Of course. I told you so's. Oh, Eddie.
Yeah, that was awesome. I'm so proud of everybody that got promoted. We got tons of new brown belts at 10th Planet. We got a whole bunch of new purples. Like, our purple belt squad is deep, and it is amazing. Whole bunch of people leveled up to blue. It's so cool to watch people level up, and it turns on my competitive. I'm like,
yeah, of course,
let's go. I'm ready.
It's so I don't know. It's so weird to like be on this path with everyone, and like we're all, because you don't. Like, you see your growth, but at the same time...
Well, when everybody's growing at the same rate...
Everybody's growing at the same time. Yeah. So you're like, fuck, I can't catch this person, or I feel like they're still
so
fucking
it's not about where
me.
you are. It's just that everybody... I run into that all the time. It's super frustrating.
But then, you level up, and then you see them level up, and you're like, oh, we're just all coming up at the same time. And it's just... There's like a weird feeling to that, or like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's cool. It's awesome.
Cool. It's an energy, and at the same time, it's incredibly frustrating when you're like, why aren't any of my go-to moves working any more than everybody? Like,
I know.
I'll pull aside a black belt, and I'll be like, this is not working for me anymore. I suck at it now. And they're like, no, dummy.
It's just that
everybody knows you're doing it, and everybody's really good at defending it, and so everybody knows your tricks. You got to come up with some other shit. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's kind of obvious. Yeah. Okay.
Fine. Stomp off. Go.
Yeah. Whatever you say.
Yeah. Fine, I'll try this then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's...
Very proud of you, Beckford.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So,
Beckford.com.
Dawna, since you...
Sir.
That doesn't exist.
You're in the middle. Like, you're in the process of a belt promotion. Like, what are you doing now to focus your training?
Gosh. I am... Right now, I'm personally fighting through some frustration. I feel like I'm exactly what we just talked about. Everybody has an answer for me. And I need to... I'm working hard, and I'm trying to become more creative and just all the things that I need to be. That, there's not a special formula that I'm not following, and I'm not doing what I have to do. I'm doing my work.
You're putting in the
time.
I'm
putting in the time, and I'm fighting through my own personal frustrations on the mats, and that comes with being competitive when you see your friends level up. Like, it doesn't take away any happiness and joy that I feel for you.
You're still proud.
I'm so proud of you guys. But then when I see people level up, I'm like, damn, I gotta work 10 times harder now. You know what I mean? I have to do this. I want what everybody else is doing, and so I am feeling that frustration. Like, I don't know if it's any different than any other person who is on this path. Is like, you want to be better, and you want your body to do the things that you want it to do, and you don't want people to be able to stop you, and you don't, you know what I mean? You want that. You want all of that, and so that's where I'm. I'm doing the work. I'm doing it, and that's where I am. And sometimes I leave the mats, and I want to like
punch a wall,
throw my bag, and just kick things, and be like, ah! And then sometimes I'm like, all right, I'm good at this shit.
You're like, I'm gonna come back tomorrow. Try this again.
Be here tomorrow. Either way, I leave and I get my ass kicked, and I'm like, guess I'll go back tomorrow. And
it's so weird how like some days you can leave like after an ass kicking and you're just like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just come back tomorrow. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But then other days you can be like punching walls.
Yeah. And
it could be the exact same day.
I'm one of the smallest people in the gym.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's fucking frustrating.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So there's that. But every day I can't wait to get back on the mats.
Yeah.
My black eye is never...
Thank you for enunciating.
My black eye is never going to fucking heal.
It's been like...
I caught an elbow...
It's been like a week and a half.
I caught an elbow about a week and a half ago, and then I caught a knee twice...
On the same eye?
On the same eye. I caught 2 knees in the same day, and then last night... I was rolling. You remember our friend Zizu that I mentioned that has the cute Mexican accent? Oh, no. Becky's never seen a Star Wars.
Who also got his purple belt.
He did. Awesome. So last night he and I were rolling, and we were like, you know, you square up in the beginning and you like try and get position on each other. And we both somehow grabbed each other, let go, and then came back at the exact same moment. And I gave him a black eye, and now I have a huge lump on my head from his skull.
OMG.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just gonna, this whole side of my face is just gonna be
swelling and
black
colors
and purple and just, people are just gonna look at me everywhere I go like, what the fuck?
You had a nice shade of like yellow green going on a couple days ago.
Yeah, it was very pretty. The stairs in the grocery store, when I'm by myself and I'm wearing a fight shirt, I'm always like, yeah, check it out. But then when I'm with Jonathan,
you're like, oh, poor guy.
It's not, you want, and you can't say anything because if you're like, no, it's not what you think, then people are like, uh-huh.
We need to get you a shirt that says, it's not what you think.
That should be one of the Matt Therapy shirts.
Well, she came up with a fantastic hashtag. Jiu-jitsu not Jonathan.
Jiu-jitsu not Jonathan. Because he was like, man, I look like the type of guy that would hit my wife. This sucks. People are going to think I hit you.
We should make a shirt for the boyfriends of all like the female listeners.
We should. That's somebody write that down.
Like a husband of Matt Therapy listener or something.
Boyfriend.
It's not me. She does jiu-jitsu.
Shirt.
Or she fights or she does, I don't know, something.
All right. That's good. I like it.
That's a good idea. I like it. Because it still has to do with the girl.
Yeah.
That's very good. Mm-hmm. I like it.
I learned something about Instagram. You guys know I'm not very savvy at social media. I learned something that changed my fucking life yesterday.
Shit.
So, you know, I have
changed my life. Maybe I don't know about
tons of Instagram accounts that I have to post on. I have my personal one. We have Matt Therapy. I have the Women's Self-Defense. I thought this whole time that you had to log out and log back into each one individually. And then yesterday with Lila was like, no, just up at the top, just hit that, and then you can toggle. And I was like, what? Why didn't anybody ever tell me this?
In all fairness, that's very new to Instagram.
Is it? How new?
Like earlier this year. New.
Okay, well, I still didn't, like, seriously, she showed me that yesterday, and I was like, oh, this is amazing.
And by the way, Twitter lets you do the same thing, so
really?
I hope you're not.
No, I hate Twitter.
I do too, but I know there's multiple there too, so you could do the same thing there.
Okay. If I ever go on Twitter, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't even go on mine, so I don't need it.
But yeah, but it is fairly new. So, but I think before you did have to, or you'd have to have like some like Hootsuite type of thing or whatever.
Okay.
That would
well,
have multiple.
Thanks
accounts.
Instagram for making my life easier, and thanks Lila for telling me, because God damn it, I hated. I was like, gotta log out, gotta log back in,
my God.
Gotta remember all the passwords.
I would never. I'd lose my mind if that was the case. No. Nobody wants to do that. So.
So, have you set a new goal? Have you had time to set a new goal? I know it's only been like 4 days.
It's too soon. Too soon. This one's still settling in. The last one, you know, you had already told me. You're like, you're getting your blue belt.
Yeah.
And Jared was already like, I'm ready to promote you. Just, you know. So like I kind of like I knew that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point too, like, you know, I'd already technically had been training 3.5 years.
Yes.
Even though I took time off, and I know that's what slowed me down, and that's what delayed me getting that promotion.
Yeah. I took some time off too, and I kick myself in the ass every single day.
Right?
For it. Yeah.
I mean, I've kind of just learned to move past it. It is what it is, and I'm not gonna like hold it against me. But there was that part of me that was like, okay, well, it has technically been 3.5 years.
Right.
So, yeah, it was very soon after that promotion that I was like, all right, when's the next one coming?
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like it wasn't like I'm in class every day like gotta get that purple belt, you know.
I don't know if that's how you can operate. I feel like there's too much. It takes away from the journey to like walk in every day and be like, when am I getting my next belt? You know what I mean? I feel like you have to be in there. You can want it, and I think we all want it. I don't think there's anybody that trains that doesn't want that next level of recognition.
Right.
But I think that we are doing ourselves a disservice by focusing on it. Like it really has to be, I have to be a better practitioner of this sport.
And that's where I've been this year. That's why the competition now is like, okay, let me really go see what I'm capable of. Let me put myself to the test. Let me get better at this. Yeah. It really, the tournament stuff was for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Was to break down my own barriers.
Yeah. It's got to be for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even though I want my brown belt, it really is more about, I want to be better on the mats. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not the belt. It's the skill, the level, and the respect that comes with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't think there was ever a moment in these tournaments where I was going out there thinking, maybe I'll get, the next it was all just, let me see what I can do. Mm-hmm. Let me just put this to the test.
We put in years. If you think, I thought about this week. We spend more time with our jiu-jitsu teammates than probably anybody else besides our spouses. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Maybe people we work with if we work in an office.
But a lot of us don't work in offices. I've spent more time with 10th Planet people in the last 8 years than I have with anybody else besides my husband.
Yeah.
These are people we see several times a week.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that we put years into this thing. There's not a lot of hobbies, things that people do, extracurricular activities outside of their job that you really can say, for the next several years, I will see these same people all the time and have this community with them.
Yeah.
I think we have something very special. And maybe somebody can tell me, I don't know, but I don't think people who play softball or people who play soccer experience the same level of intimacy.
Well, no, maybe they're not all wrapped up in each other trying to choke each other in that sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have their sense of community and that comes along with it and being part of a team and stuff. But the thing that I just kind of, I thought about this, maybe it was late last night or this morning or something, that being able to combine a passion
mm-hmm.
with and actually being somewhat good at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
a passion and a challenge. I think that's a cool thing about our sport.
It's kind of amazing. I was thinking back at different things throughout my life, whether it be work, sports, or hobbies or whatever. And work-wise, I was always in a sales job. Most of my adult life have been sales jobs. Mm-hmm. And apparently I was good at it. It wasn't a passion. Mm-hmm. I didn't fucking love it. I didn't live for it.
Yeah.
It was just, I was good at it and that's what I was doing. When I was growing up, I was an artistic roller skater and that was my passion. Then, was I good at it? I wasn't bad,
mm-hmm. but
I didn't win a lot.
Okay.
Even placements, even just getting a medal.
Mm-hmm.
I've told the story earlier this year about, my last year where I actually was winning, but then when it came down to it, the one tournament that counts, it all fell apart there. So that was a situation where I had a passion, but wasn't all too great at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's kind of, I've just come to this realization that I have something that I love, that I'm passionate about, and then I think I can say that I'm pretty good at.
Yeah, I think a lot of us feel that way.
That's an amazing feeling.
It's an amazing feeling that I don't want to speak for anybody else, but I know for myself, this is one of the first things in my life that I've been good at and gotten recognition for.
Yeah.
Among a whole bunch of frustration and not succeeding where I wanted to succeed.
Sure.
I've been pursuing acting for a long time and haven't been able to get traction in that as a career. And so that's, years of frustration. Then you find this thing that you get to be good at and you get to take out all this aggression and then people are like, "Oh, you're good." And you're like, oh, "Thank you." Jeez.
It's a good feeling to be good at what you're passionate
mm-hmm. for. Absolutely. Speaking of that and kind of segueing to a couple of the other things that we talked about, but I thought this was a really interesting conversation to have. Somebody posted an article about women's self-defense and the delusion of martial arts that self-defense offers women. And it's an interesting article. When I first saw it, I was like, what? So the article was
I feel like that's probably one of those articles where you look at it and you're like, I don't, what?
Yeah.
And then you read it and you're like, oh, okay.
I went into it with a little like, what the fuck, what? But then I read it.
It's almost kind of clickbaitish.
It is clickbaitish. But it's conversations that you have realistically with other people who do martial arts. And the overall theme of the article was, so self-defense is giving women this delusion that they can square up with men and that, they need to be aware of attackers in the bush, which I agree with 100%, because in our self-defense program, we discuss all of those things. We discuss the fact that, if you happen to be attacked by somebody who has any level of training, these couple weeks that you're spending with me are probably going to be void. Right. Secondly, at some point, regardless of how much training we all have, if it's if I get attacked by a 6'5" man, my training is complete. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
if you get hit in the head and you're
if you get hit in the head, if you get drugged, and that's what this article was addressing. That sometimes self-defense programs give women this false sense of security because of all these factors. And I was like, wow, I actually feel really proud that we address all of this stuff in our program. We talk about the fact that, sometimes this training, no matter how much we give you, is not going to do you any good. Yeah. Secondly, we would never recommend squaring up with a dude. Ever, under any circumstances. Right. Except maybe in training when you're coming to take a boxing or a kickboxing class. Sure. That's the only time in a controlled environment. Never. And escaping is number one. Secondly, you are most likely going to be assaulted, if you are ever assaulted, by somebody that you know. That the percentage of that happening as opposed to a stranger are astronomical. Yep. And we try to train our women to be prepared. Like, I don't think you're going to knock a guy out, but if you need to get away, that's what I'm going to teach you to do. But if you need to put somebody in a triangle and call somebody on the phone, and like, those are circumstances where there's been actual recorded footage of women doing just that. Yeah. And you got to know what you work with. But I thought the article was very realistic, and it made me proud that our program is in line with the point that they were trying to make. Yeah. Which I was like, yeah, we do talk about that. We talk about everything that you just addressed, and we try not to give false hope. Yeah. And we try not to overinflate their egos. And I think even the women who teach it, who train, and a lot of us have been training for a long time, I don't think that we're under any delusions about our capabilities and the limitations to our capabilities.
Nothing's 100%. Yeah. Even for sure. The day that you get your black belt, you're still...
I'm still a 135-pound, 5-foot woman.
Exactly. Yeah. And 200-pound, 250-pound man on top of you.
Yeah.
May not be able
I might be able to get away, but I might not. I might be drugged, or I might get hit in the back of the head, or any of those things.
Any of those things are going to, that black belt goes through the window.
But I will say this, that's why jiu-jitsu, in my opinion, is a superior form of self-defense, because we aren't relying on punches or tosses or something that you can't do in a worst case scenario situation. Mm-hmm. When you are on your back with somebody's elbow in your throat, there's still a chance for you to get away or to become defensive in that situation. And jiu-jitsu is so realistic in the scramble that bodies can become into. Yeah. Did I say that right? Get into. You know what I mean?
No, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just all clickbait, because you could say the same thing for anyone. Oh, the culinary schools are giving culinary students an idea.
You're gonna get your own TV show, yeah.
And then Bobby Flake comes out and now cooks them, of course. But from my point of view, if I sent Paula or my mom or someone to the women's self-defense or any self-defense. Mm-hmm. Even if, let's say, you still get punched in the face, but if you know how to block something, so maybe you don't break your nose when you get punched in the, or just,
it helps with your reaction time, of course.
And it's not women's survive and attack. It's not women's kick ass class. It's women's defense. You're defending yourself. Yeah. So all that stuff.
It's not for them to go out looking for for the fight.
No,
For sure.
it's that.
We
person was
recommend that
cardiac.
you walk up to a man on the street and try and single leg him.
Yeah.
I think we should
like
start
that.
a movement to ban, like to boycott all those stupid headlines.
That's a good idea.
Like
Faux outrage. Faux outrage. Ooh, that's my new hashtag. Fuck faux outrage.
I had real outrage because it said that there was a TV star who I think is pretty took topless pictures on Snapchat.
Oh dear.
But then they didn't put it in the headline that she put one of the, like a little picture over, so it makes you click, but it's not real.
You're that is not her breast.
And that is not.
I mean, she technically did take a topless picture.
That's what the meeting had happened in that stupid blog's website.
People
offices.
are all about those type of headlines these days,
So yeah,
and it's
So you're like,
block them. Block them. I hate them.
it's just all disappointment.
the faux outrage. People, have you guys noticed that? And even more, it's like it's compounding. It's worse. People just fucking love to be outraged about shit. You're like, everything is not. Like, stop being the little kid who cried wolf. Like, fucking stop it. Because then I don't care about anything.
Right?
You know what I mean? Well, I'm so upset that blah, blah, blah did blah, blah, blah. No, you're not.
What are you going to do about it?
Care. You really don't care.
Yeah.
You really don't.
Should we just talk about the obvious?
Which one? There's like several. Which one do you want to talk about?
The most recent popular one is sitting down during the
Kaepernick?
Yeah.
Right. You don't care. You really don't. You're not really outraged.
You care
just
because
want
everybody's
to be
making
mad.
a big fucking
You
deal
just
about
wanna
it right
be
now.
mad. You just want to be mad, but nobody wants to talk about why he feels that way. And did you see that meme that I posted?
Yes.
What
did it say? I do.
Oh, black people, in quotes, white people. Black people should protest more peacefully. Black man sits down quietly during the national anthem.
No,
and
don't do
protest.
that.
No, not that way. Well, what the fuck do you want? Like,
Yeah.
that's the beauty of our First Amendment rights, which everybody wants to like run around and scream, is that yes, we're allowed to talk about anything. You're allowed to protest. That's the beauty of having these conversations, but now we're ruining it by not having the conversation. Everybody just wants to get mad instead of saying, let's talk about this shit. There's a reason that it's happening. I might not agree with it and I might not be on the same page as you,
Sure.
but let's fucking talk about it. Like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up. You really don't care that he sat down.
Yeah.
You really don't.
The only reason you care is because everybody's making a big deal out of it because they're posting shit. If nobody would have said anything, guess what? Nobody would have known.
anything.
And I guarantee you there's other... here's the other thing. I guarantee you there's probably other football players doing it. They just don't have the name like he does.
Right.
And so everybody's like...
and
blah.
everybody that was like, oh, Muhammad Ali is such an American hero. Dude, Muhammad Ali did exactly what Kaepernick did and was super loud and outspoken about it.
Yep.
So if you were just posting his picture not too long ago and were like, I love him, he's such an American hero.
And now
then
bashing
shut the fuck up
this guy.
about Kaepernick. Yes.
What do you guys think about a jiu-jitsu guy getting a UFC title shot with like Damian Maia or anyone, for example?
yeah.
Like, it's gonna be pretty, but it's gonna be interesting because even like great strikers, then like he could run the division for 20 years if he keeps having fights go the same
As he
way.
can avoid being hit.
It's pretty crazy. 14 strikes in 4 fights that he's taken.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Damian Maia.
Damian Maia.
God damn, he's good.
Yeah, I mean, everybody
Fuck,
has a
he's
skill
good.
that can't be touched until somebody learns how to touch. That's with any martial art. That's
It's
with any
called
sport.
mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
You go, do what
I think wrestlers
you're
had
good
that up, that for a while, that people were like, fuck, people are getting taken down. We don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that it's possible that a jiu-jitsu guy could
That would be amazing.
dominate the sport, but that's why UFC, I mean, go back to UFC too. That's what Hoist did?
Yeah.
That's what Hoist did.
Right. But it's, cause you see like really amazing jiu-jitsu during the UFCs, but with Damian Maia, it's just
Fucking phenomenal jiu-jitsu.
Like that's at an even higher level.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say unfair because it's not unfair because everyone can train every
Right.
discipline, but it's almost similar to when someone plays like N64 to 007 and they play Odd Job, or if they're a character that no one else can beat.
Well,
Because
but that's
I
the
don't
beauty
think-
of MMA is the whole concept was that the best person in each discipline comes and we find out which discipline is best. So he happens to still embody the fact that he is best at jiu-jitsu, whereas most other people training in MMA these days are well-rounded because they train in all aspects of it.
Sure.
He just happens. He's like Lyoto Machida with his karate. You know what I mean? Like,
but I mean, to what you're saying, like, what's the difference with someone who's known for knocking everyone out?
Yeah. Do they have an unfair advantage?
Do they have an unfair advantage because they, Dan Henderson, because he can go out there and knock the shit out of someone.
I'm not saying he has an unfair advantage at all. I'm just saying it's going to be exciting to watch. It's because it's going definitely an advantage. I don't think it's unfair because everyone has the opportunity to train just as much jiu-jitsu as him.
Yeah,
but it's because when you watch a fight, there's always a chance someone can get knocked out, and there's always a chance that Damian Maia could get knocked out with one of those punches. Mm-hmm. But and especially in the weight classes he's with not huge guys but not tiny guys.
Yeah,
they're going to be really good strikers, and he could just in 30 seconds just on the ground again.
Get caught.
It's like it could turn into like a Mighty Mouse.
I mean, that's just him knowing his opponents.
Look at Mighty Mouse. Nobody's been able to beat him yet.
Right.
In any aspect.
Yeah, and I think he could be as successful. I think I wouldn't be shocked because how old is Maya? Isn't he getting a little bit older? Isn't he 32, 33?
Yeah, he's in his 30s. Yeah. I don't know.
Which isn't super old for most people.
Yeah, look at Dan Henderson. I don't think... Obviously... There's younger guys maybe in their physical prime, but I don't think that is going to affect his ability to fight, at least for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a difference between Damian Maia and Henderson. I don't know how old Henderson is now.
He's like 42 or 43.
Something like that. He's a couple years older than me.
Yeah, because
in the last few fights, though, I was like, he's going to retire now, right? He's going to retire.
Well, yeah,
and then he comes out, and does something that I'm like, oh, okay, don't retire.
Well, no, he's...
Sorry with that back elbow. We didn't know that you weren't done yet.
Shit. Well, keep it going, brother.
He's obviously amazing. No one's arguing that. But with Damian Maia, I feel like if he gets a title shot, it's because he's been doing amazing, just running through the competition. And even though Henderson has been winning, I feel like this might be more of a matchup with Bisping rather than just the two
Bisping
people.
asked for that so that he could redeem himself from their last fight.
Exactly. So Henderson's not that he doesn't deserve this title shot, but that this fight got made more than it was just the next step in the title shot. Whereas
sometimes that happens.
Right? No.
Yeah, the UFC doesn't make any.
There's no rule.
They don't even pretend that they try and make fair fights anymore. They want the money making fights.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that is the difference, though, is with Maia, he would at this point deserve it, and it'll be fun to watch.
I think there's people that have deserved it in the past and don't get it. I mean, of course,
because they're not the money makers.
Yeah,
I appreciate the honesty. Honestly, like I would if they were trying to fool us. Oh no, this is just the way our system works. Then I'd be like, fuck you. But they're like, nope, we don't give a shit. We're gonna put the money maker fights that everybody wants to watch, and I'm like,
going to make us.
All right, I'll buy it. I appreciate the honesty because I want to watch it too.
Yep. Man, but Damian Maia looked good the other day.
I got a vape pen.
He's so good.
Yeah, it was amazing.
You think he vapes? You think Damian Maia vapes?
I hope so because I got a vape pen and that shit is amazing.
Right.
I haven't been a huge weed person ever. I'm pro weed. I get why everybody else loves it, but I like edibles. No, thank you. And I don't.
We're not that much 10th Planet, believe it or not.
I'm not a huge like smoker of joints or pipes. Like I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy the
but
the
you
flavor.
train under Eddie Bravo. How is that?
I know. Like
Isn't
I said, I'm
everyone?
not against it. No. There's a lot of people at 10th Planet that don't smoke weed.
Yeah.
But Beckford gave me a vape pen.
How dare you?
And holy shit, that is amazing.
Right?
Wow. I have insomnia and whoa. Thank you.
Gone.
Ish.
Much better.
I'm getting sleep, which is amazing. And I don't hate it. Like when in the past when somebody's been like, here, smoke this joint, I've been like, okay.
Like, fuck. All right, fine.
But yeah, amazing. Thanks,
Very
vape
nice.
pen people.
Vape pen people. Thank Joey Diaz.
If you want to sponsor us, DawnaGonzales.com.
I got this awesomeness this weekend. Speaking of, I guess weed. This CBD oil, like it's a topical thing that you put on your pains.
Where'd you get it? You got it this weekend?
Our buddy Drew gave it to me. He got it up in Oregon.
Okay.
When he was up in Portland last month. Mm-hmm. It's called Empower Healing Hemp Oil Blend.
What's in it? Read it.
Hold on, it's small. Contains hemp oil,
Obviously.
Yeah. Grapeseed oil, jojoba oil.
Jojoba
oil.
Have you ever heard Becky say guava?
I haven't.
She says it
Guayaba.
so Cuban.
It's a guayaba. Sweet almond oil mixed. Okay, I can't say that word. Wintergreen oil, Oregon lavender oil. Proprietary blend of essential oils and cannabinoid.
Cannabinoid?
Say that word.
Oils?
Cannabinoid? Cannabinoid.
It's close. It's close to that. I could say that.
They could look up the ingredients.
The very last one.
I'll have to. I don't want to say that on
see?
See? Cannabidiol.
No, it ends with L-I-C, so it should be a...
Okay, whatever.
Anyway, Lee's looking at us like...
He's like, crazy. You two need to shut up.
Stop already. Just stop.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was given to me this weekend because my knee was bugging me. It's still kind of bugging me, but I put it on, and I was told, you put it on, rub it in, and like kind of heat it up a little.
Yeah.
It's... I don't know what kind of sorcery this is, but it's fucking amazing.
Sorcery? Awesome.
It's ridiculous. Last night I was like sitting down, like you sit on with like your feet under your butt, and I can't. It hurts my knees, my right knee to do that right now.
Yeah.
So I pulled this out and I put it on. I rubbed it in. 10 minutes later, I went and sat in the same position. I was like, "This is fine right now."
Nice.
Like that's how it's mind blowing.
I want to try it.
Yeah, you need to try it.
So
it's good shit.
Do you want to know who our Women Crush Wednesday is?
Feel free to give us. I might hit you guys up. By the way, Empower.
I always want to know who our Woman
Our
Crush
delayed
Wednesday
Woman
Thank
Crush
you, Lee.
Wednesday.
It's Lila.
Yay!
It's Lila. She got her purple belt. Lila Smaja.
Brown belt.
Oh, sorry. She was a purple belt. She got her brown belt. She got her brown belt. She's gonna
Just
actually be
demoted
she's gonna be our guest next Wednesday. But Lila is someone that I talked into joining the sport. It took me a year to talk her into joining jiu-jitsu. She was like, "Nah, it's not for me. I don't do kickboxing." And I was like, "Just come. You're gonna love it. It's awesome."
Now it's her
now
fucking
she
life.
is such a beast on the mats, and she just got her brown belt, and she's my partner in the women's self-defense program. And I could not be more proud of this girl. She works so hard, and she's so focused, and she's so deserving of this. And I adore her, and I love her. And Lila, you are amazing. And if you want to follow her on Instagram, you can follow her at Lila Smaja. LILASMADGJA or 10PWSD because 10th Planet Women's Self-Defense. But anyways, Lila's awesome, and she's going to be doing a lot of competing. In fact, she's doing the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam this weekend, and that's where our sponsor, what up, Next Gen Therapeutics, is going to have a booth there. And they are also the $5tapeclub.com. Go visit them. They have those 360 thermal gel packs that, remember, we had them on here a couple weeks ago and Eric was here.
Get that
They're
neck one.
Amazing. Amazing. They've got the $5 Tape Club. I mentioned that. And if you tell them that you listen to Matt Therapy Podcast or go online and use MTP10 or at the LA Jiu-Jitsu Club, you get 10% off anything that you buy.
You're
welcome.
Yeah. I need one of those neck things.
We all do.
I got dropped on my neck yesterday, and I could really use one right now. Stan?
I use the knee one.
I can use that too right now.
So good. So good.
I was actually going to ask you the other day.
Yes. Just tell me when to bring it.
Stan.
Yeah. Stan, we need stuff.
Stan, we need things.
So yeah, go see them at the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam. Lila's going to be competing.
Osho.
And a whole bunch of other 10th Planet people. Are you going to go?
Oh. We got to figure. I don't know. I got to see about work.
Damn,
I can't
that
go. Work
I
thing.
have things going on this weekend.
Damn that.
My brother is having his baby shower.
Oh.
They're having a boy. Yay!
They have a girl, right?
No, they have a boy.
No, they have a boy.
So 2 boys.
Yeah, boy.
Getting a jiu-jitsu team ready together. I mean, if it were a girl, it'd still be a jiu-jitsu team. Either way.
I was like, damn.
Yeah. No, either way.
Starting to sound like
Either way, Auntie Dawna is starting a jiu-jitsu team. But so my brother's a doctor. He's going to come on at the end of the month.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
He's going to answer all the questions that we have about anything doctor related. Yeah. So Lee, start writing down questions. If you have questions for a doctor, send me a message and I'll ask him.
Like he's like a real doctor.
He is.
Not
He's
like
a real doctor.
one.
Yeah, he's a real doctor.
I'm right. It's about time for my yearly physical.
Well, there you go. Maybe he could just do it here. Yeah. Do you have any shout outs, Beck?
I do have some shout outs. I'm going to try not to mess this name up.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Lee Science.
Beckford Dominguez.
I hate you all. So everybody's calling me Beckford now. I tag her on all of them, and I'm just like, I hate you.
My phone now auto spells Beckford. I sent her a screenshot. I just type B-E-C,
yeah, like Beckford is first, and then Becky is second. I hate your phone too.
I think maybe your Twitter should change to that.
Shut up.
Something Instagram.
Shut up. No, Becks and Violence is awesome.
Beckford.com. All right, who are your shout outs?
Maybe I should get Beckford.com at this point and have it just forward to my, because you're confusing everybody out there right now with all this. All right. Lakshya Agarwal.
Oh, that
How about that?
good.
I think that might be Agarwal. I had a friend named Agarwal.
Two G's? Oh.
Ooh, I don't know if it was 2 G's.
All right. Either way, it sounds good. But
have you seen pictures? Is this person from maybe
they're
India?
from New Delhi, India.
Ah, I was right. Nice. Hi.
Did you not just see it written down here?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. It was right next to it. But yeah. Yeah, shout out. Thanks for the love. Also to Ryan Hall, who shows me a lot of love on Instagram.
Ooh.
I am going to correct one little thing, though.
What?
I think he's done it twice, but he did it the other day. He called me a MILF. Thank you. As much as that's very flattering, I'm not a mom.
Maybe
I
he
don't
means
have
like
a
you're
child.
like a bad a bad mother.
Unless M stands for like martial artist or something.
That's there's your new hashtag. There you go.
Martial art.
People think I'm you, by the way.
What? Yes, this happened somewhere. What?
Somebody came up to me at Gracie Nationals and they were like, "Oh my God, good to see you." Gracie World. And they gave me a hug and they're like, "What's up? I listened to the podcast. I love it, and I watched you on Joey's." And I didn't correct them. I went, "Thanks."
You're watching or you're listening on Joey's? Cause
maybe he listens.
Maybe he did both. I don't know, but I was like, "Thank you."
I mean, people say we look like sisters, so it is what it is.
It's all good.
I just like that
I just love that there was love.
I'm just amazed that you're not upset that he said that you're a MILF. Like, it's just that the M part, the ILF part's okay.
I mean, that's the flattering part, I guess.
Respectful, yeah. If he was like, if he started to get into details about the type of ways that he would like to ilf her, that might be a little
ilf her.
That might be a little weird and uncomfortable, but just
the pronoun. Just get the pronoun right.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. I have one other shout out.
Oh, you're a purple, but maybe you're a pilf.
I'm a pilf. Well, then I would have been a bilf.
Right, but I'm just saying, pilf. Somebody,
purple?
Go ahead.
Purple.
Yeah, purple belt.
Purple.
One word. Purple belt.
Pabilf.
Yeah, no, just purple belt. Okay. Just one word.
Oh, we're making it one. Yeah. All
right.
And then a little shout out to Mike and Ray Powers from Phalanx.
Hey guys,
they're fucking rad. I mean, who doesn't love their stuff? They're such nice guys. I love those guys.
Hey, if we're shouting out people, let's shout out Chris O'Dell and Datu Sara for their awesome ass shit.
And Ben Charles.
Yeah. And Ben Charles. What up, guys?
They
you went on their podcast, right?
It's not theirs. It's Travis Nawaz's Pulling Guard is what it's going to be.
Travis has a podcast?
He does. It's
why did you say it like that?
Well, it's very like it's not like a regular weekly thing like ours.
Oh.
So but yeah, he does have a podcast, and we all kind of got together and they're like, we should do a podcast. This is at during the Fit Expo at Gracie World. And they're like, let's do a podcast tonight.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, I don't have to work till 1 tomorrow. I'm going to go like enjoy the evening. So yeah, let's do this. And then we got there and they're like, so
anybody bring any mics?
Who's going to, well, we had the equipment. We actually ended up doing it in a music studio. And, but we all kind of looked at each other and Travis was like, so who's going to post this? Like, whose podcast is going to be under? And I was like,
because everybody has a podcast.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I can't do it because Donna's not here. That's not happening. Yeah, of course. And I'm not sure why the Datsara guys, why Chris and Ben, but yeah, Travis was like, well, I'll do it Pulling Guard.
Awesome.
Like, all right, cool.
Sweet.
That's
Travis, I want to go on your podcast. You don't call me. Jeez.
It was literally like, hey, we should do this tonight.
Anyways, all of those people that we mentioned are awesome. Chris O'Dell and Ben over at Datsara, we love them.
Those guys are fucking awesome.
Travis
too.
Nuwaza, we love him.
Phalanx, I'm gonna get that.
All those guys.
I'm gonna have that new Lioness rash guard in purple.
Do it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right.
Thanks, guys.
So Lila's coming on next week. At the end of the month, we'll have my brother who's a doctor. And then somebody who I'm not related to or train with every day should probably come on.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Beckford?
You guys got any suggestions on who we should have on? Feel free to shoot it.
We're working on some good people.
Shoot it over.
I know you want Hanato. I know. I get the messages.
We're trying.
Okay, so
seriously.
Other than Hanato, let us know who you'd like to have on, because we know.
Or here, better yet, go bug him about it, and maybe that'll like convince him to. Like,
we know. We got it.
Go give him shit. Keep tagging him and stuff, and be like, "Yo, you need to be on this."
We got it.
And we'll make it happen.
Okay, Beckford.
Or maybe he'll make it happen.
Tell all the things.
Contrary to what she says,
Beckford.
Is that some sort of like subtle? You're trying to like
go to Beckford.com.
Stop. It's creepy when you whisper.
It is subliminal.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of creepy though when you whisper. BeckyDominguez.com.
Yay.
That's where you can find all of my things. Or just find me at Bex and Violence. Whatever works for you. I don't care.
Lee, how many podcasts are you consulting right now?
How many am I consulting?
All of them.
I have.
Everybody on iTunes.
No, I have 2 or 3. I have a real estate one that I've been working on.
Ooh.
It's been very fun. If you want to learn more about that, go to leesyattconsulting.com, and I promise I won't whisper.
Awesome.
And be creepy.
September 10th, come hang out with us at the beach for the Mat Therapy Open Mat Beach Party. Next weekend, you can go to Mat Therapy Apparel and find out more information about that. September 11th, you can come to the Women's Self-Defense Program seminar that we're having at 10th Planet HQ before EBI, and you can go to 10thplanetwomen.com and find out about that. Or you can just go to DawnaGonzales.com and find out everything and message us. I know. And so many Instagrams and so many Facebook pages. Holy shit. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out, bitches.
Deuces.